it's Kay. So we all know that Thanksgiving is just around the corner. So if you're vegan, you're probably like, okay, how am I gonna make some vegan mac and cheese? Don't worry, I got you. So I'm gonna show you how I make my vegan mac and cheese. And when I tell you it is so good and it's actually cheesy, oh my gosh, your family will love it. So you need to get a pot and you need to follow the instructions on the macaroni elbows, okay? Look at the box and see however they want you to make the noodles, and that's how you make your noodles. While you're making your noodles or while you're waiting for the pot of water to boil, you need to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, okay? And this is the cheese I use. I use the Daiya, I don't know how to pronounce it, cheddar cheese slices and the Follow Your Heart smoked Gouda, and I also use the Daiya Cheddar style shreds. Now, my sister told me about adding some Gouda to it. Oh my gosh, you guys, it adds like an extra little smoky taste. It is so good. Thank you, Ebby. Thank you so much for that tip because, girl, ooh, it was game changer. So I'm putting the noodles in. I did not show this, but I also add like a tablespoon of grapeseed oil. It's just a habit. I've been doing that since I was in high school. And once the noodles are done cooking, I drain them in a cauldron and I just put them to the side. My 5-year-old came by and he was trying to eat the raw, the cooked noodles. I'm like, boy, get back. Anyway, in the same pot, I rinsed it out, cleaned it. I got 2 cups of cashew milk, unsweetened. And once it starts getting hot and kind of boiling, I start adding in the Gouda cheese. Now, the Follow Your Heart brand for the Gouda slices, it comes with 10 slices. You only need 5, okay? I'm going to repeat myself. You only need 5. Why? Because I may have put 6 in here. I'm not sure, but normally I only use 5 because if I put more than 5, then the mac and cheese may be just a little bit too smoky tasting for me. But y'all, this is a must. Now, I used to make the mac and cheese without the Gouda cheese, but after my kids, my husband, and myself, after we had it like this, it's a must. So after that, we're just going to add in the Daiya Cheddar cheese slices. You're going to add all of those cheese slices in. Normally, I use the Follow Your Heart, but Daiya or Follow Your Heart brand is perfectly fine. They taste so good. Okay, so the whole thing that I'm doing is, the concept is, when the milk is hot, you add the cheese, you whisk it in until it, all gels well. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just mixing. And this process really takes maybe about 10 minutes. Try not to let your cheese boil, like get really hot, because you just don't want to overcook it or anything like that. You just want the actual, true flavors of it to, shine through. And when I wasn't vegan, I used to get the Campbell's cheese sauce, and I used to add that to my mac and cheese. Y'all, I used to be the one who would bring the mac and cheese to the Thanksgiving dinners. Okay, so y'all just gotta trust me on this. This is really good. All right, so I'm just mixing. And I got my cute little whisk from Walmart. It came in like a pack of 3. It had the blue one, the pink one, and a teal one. I know it's totally off topic, but what are your favorite things to eat for Thanksgiving or the holidays? I love me some candied yams. I love me some greens. Of course, macaroni and cheese. And you know what? I make a cold dressing. Cornbread dressing, okay, specifically. And I make a cold vegan dressing. I may have to do that for y'all. Y'all comment, let me know if y'all want a tutorial on a vegan cornbread dressing, because you know what? Yeah, it's hidden. So as you can see, my cheese sauce is thickening up. Look at it. Ooh. Mind you, this also makes a good nacho cheese once you add a little, salt, a little cayenne pepper, Creole seasoning, whatever it is you want to add to it, or even some jalapeno, to give a little spice. All right, so that's the cheese. once your cheese is done, get the noodles that you set to the side and just start pouring them into that beautiful liquid gold cheese. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Well, it was so good. Okay, I already ate this. I already ate it. So once you pour it in, then you're just gonna mix it all in there. Mind you, I really don't change, out spoons because I just been using the same whisk. I'm like, I'm not about to be washing all these dishes. Just like I showed y'all, I have, boiled the noodles in this pot, drained them noodles, washed that same pot, and used it for the cheese, okay? You don't need to be having 50 million dishes for one dish, all right? It just don't make no sense. So once it's all mixed in, get your Daiya, however you pronounce it. I need to learn how to say it. Cheddar style shreds, and only pour half of the bag into the pot. Half of the bag, all right? Why? Because you need the other half for the top of the mac and cheese. If you like yours super uber cheesy, then pour the whole bag in and then buy you another bag to go on top. I feel like this is already cheesy, so I just, use one bag. And it's kind of expensive, y'all. Ain't nobody trying to spend all that money on no dang mac and cheese. So then I'm going to add in some pink Himalayan salt, ground pepper, and cayenne pepper. The cayenne pepper is not going to make it hot, so, don't be like, oh my gosh, grandma and granddad can't eat this. No, they can eat it. It's not going to be hot. I only put half a teaspoon in that. And I put 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt. Salt is always to taste. 2 teaspoons. I know some of my southern people like 2 teaspoons. That ain't enough. Let me tell you something. That pink Himalayan salt is so potent. The kind that I have, I can't put more than that. All right. And then 1 tablespoon of vegan butter. So always stay on the safe side when it comes to salt, because it sucks to make a delicious meal, side dish, whatever, and then somebody eats it and says, oh, this is too salty. So always leave a little wiggle room for people if they want to add a little more. But the pink Himalayan salt that I have, it's finely ground or milled, whatever. I got it from Costco, and when I tell you it's very potent, I personally couldn't put more than 2 teaspoons into my mac and cheese. And then I made another batch of mac and cheese a few days later, and I tried to add more salt just to play around with it, and no, 2 teaspoons was enough. And if you need more, because you know what, when you put this in the fridge after you bake it, it tastes so much better the next day. Just like Thanksgiving food, if you're a big fan of leftovers like me, when it comes to Thanksgiving food, it tastes so good the next day. So get you a casserole dish. Pour your mac and cheese into it, and then the other remaining half of the cheddar cheese shreds, you're gonna sprinkle that on top. All right. Back in the day, when I used to make dairy mac and cheese, I would put a little bit of paprika on top just for color payoff. I didn't have any, so what you could do is you can also, when it's done, just sprinkle just a little bit of Creole seasoning on top of it like that, and there you go. So I didn't do it, but when it's done, okay, when it's done. So this is the mac and cheese. It is in the, I was about to say microwave. Oh no, it's in the oven, and I only let mine bake until the cheese was melted. This is dairy-free cheese. You can't keep this sucker in there for 45 minutes. It has to be in there until the cheese melts. Mind you, the macaroni noodles and cheese sauce is already hot, so it's not like all this stuff was made cold. So mine was in the oven for 12 minutes, but however long it takes for your cheese to melt in your oven, that's when you need to take it out as soon as the cheese is done melting. So this is what the macaroni and cheese looks like. It is so good. I took it out, and just look, I'm just making a mess, okay? Ooh, I'm just letting my bowl just overflow. Ooh, it's so good. Y'all, take this mac and cheese to a meat and dairy eater. and they gonna be like, "Ooh, this is good." I'm telling you, it's good. Trust me, because I used to make mac and cheese for Thanksgiving, you know, functions and stuff like that. So this is on point. And there's a little bit of that Creole seasoning on top, and it pairs really well with my vegan brisket burger, y'all. So let me know if y'all want me to make a video on that, because I will. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and just comment, let me know what you think about it. And if you do make it, please tag me on @KBenLocks, and I will definitely shout you out and let me know how it goes. I appreciate all the support that you guys been giving me, and it really means a lot. So happy holidays, and I hope to see you all soon.